You're watching the 757 Hustle Show. My name is George. So you want a new He-Man movie? You want to see She-Ra? You want the Horde? You want Battle Cat? Well, guess what? I got the cast and crew from the upcoming movie Fall of Grayskull, Rise of the Horde. So stick around. Stick around. 3, 2, 1. Hey, my name is George. You're watching 757 Hustle Show. With me today is...
Hey, I'm Lindsay, and I play the sorceress.
Hello, I'm Daniel.
Hey, I'm Nick. I'll be playing Roboto.
Hey, I'm Mercedes. I'm Tila.
Round of applause, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. So we're very excited to have you. For those who don't know, I would say this is probably the most powerful fan film in the universe. Okay. I started way back, and then just recently I was scrolling around and I'm like, what's this? What's this? Is this a sequel? What's going on? Is this a full movie? Is this a trailer? What's going on? Totally blew me away. And I'm glad I have you guys here so we can talk about what the hell it was I saw. Okay. So I guess I'm going to go to Daniel. And Daniel, if you could let us know, what is Fall of Grayskull?
Fall of Grayskull is a He-Man fan film that we filmed a decade ago. And now we're trying to make a feature-length sequel, Rise of the Horde. It's the short answer.
Okay. And who was, out of the cast members here, were you all in the original one?
Yeah, I was.
I was not.
Okay, so both the actresses were, and Nick, you were not. So that you're new to this crowd?
Yeah, that's right. I'm the rookie here.
Go get me this, go get me that.
Yeah.
Roboto. So first off, let me start by saying, is this, the original one was about 30 minutes, 34 minutes, right? Something like that?
Yeah.
Like a short film? Would the sequel be a short film?
No, the sequel will be a feature-length film. I mean, I don't know, obviously, how long that exactly it would be, but shooting around 100 minutes or so. Probably.
That's like over an hour and a half, right? About there, something like that.
Yeah,
give or take.
Yeah.
But like a good action movie, a short action. That's awesome. I'm seriously, that's awesome. No one's done that. You know what I'm saying? So where are you guys at now? Are you guys filming? I mean, I saw that trailer, and that trailer looks like it's an amazing movie already.
Well, thank you. No, we spent the last couple of years filming just scenes mocking up a trailer that looks like a trailer to a movie, just to put on Kickstarter, get interest, and be like, hey, this is and just show everybody this is what we're wanting to do. This is what it's going to kind of be like if you donate and make it happen.
Okay, so with that being said, if this Kickstarter fails, do we still move on with the project?
No.
It just won't go.
We're not going to put that in the universe. We can't put that out there.
We just wrap up. We just wrap Nick up in tinfoil and call him Robotos, like stuff like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. No, like
by the way, Nick, that looked amazing. That Roboto costume, that was truly badass. In the scenes I saw, you were punching some guy with a ponytail. I saw that, and a shooting and lasers and everything. So that looked great.
But if we get funded, it's going to look even better. So,
which I want to go there now. These costumes, where are these? Who's making these costumes? Who's designing them?
A variety of people. Nick, did his. A couple were kind of left over from the previous film, and we
reworked them.
Yeah, reworked them, and Matt O'Toole, Man at Arms, made some, and just a whole group of people.
Everybody's contributing. Everybody.
Yeah, Kevin Coppa and Chris Stark, and just a lot of people. Johnny Bill.
Nick, how do you find out about something like this, Nick? How does Nick Dubes become Roboto?
Well, so I found the first film online, years ago, and was just like thrilled and blown away. Like finally, just to see like a He-Man movie made and all the characters, thought it was so cool. And then years later, I met Daniel at PowerCon, and I just talked to him about it, and I said, "Man, I just love what you did with the first movie. If you ever do anything again, like let me know. I want to be a part of it."
I want in, right? I want in.
Yeah, and then one day he called me and said, "Don't tell anybody this." So I've been like so excited, keeping this under wraps, but I was so honored that he called and asked me to be a part of it. So
awesome, Lindsay and Mercedes. Besides Fall of Grayskull, the original one, have you guys worked in anything else after that together?
No, not together. Again, since Fall of Grayskull 1, but I've been in. Actually, that's a lie. I did the Bloody Man, which Daniel filmed around COVID time. That was fun. Having to go by those guidelines, but yeah, we did the Bloody Man, and then now we're back together again. It feels like we're going back to school together.
Fall of Grayskull, the rise of the Horde, right? We got Daniel, we got Lindsay, we got Nick, and we got Mercedes, right? We had some technical difficulties. Skeletor might be out there still. Oh, speaking of which, without spoilers, does my man come back in this or what? Come on.
Are we talking about Skeletor?
Yeah. Did he come back in this a little bit Skeletor? All right.
We haven't written that part yet, so
okay. Depends. Hey, that depends on the Kickstarter. That could be a tier. Mercedes and Lindsay, you guys have both worked in the past. How does it feel to come back to this universe again?
Oh, I love it. Like every time that Daniel's name comes through my phone, my heart just lights up. I get so excited to work with all these amazing, creative, talented people. So I'm absolutely thrilled.
Yeah, likewise. It feels like we're going back to school, like we all see each other again, and, the gang's all back together.
It's
I love
family
it.
group, friends group, you know what I'm saying? It's a good vibe. That's good. That's awesome. So,
Absolutely.
Because Nick was telling me there's some tension between you two, and I'm like, I don't know.
What kind of tension? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So, but that's awesome, man. I saw when I saw the new trailer, like I said, it totally blew me away. And I'm not going to be here and ask you what happens. I know, you got to write the story out. So as actors, right? As actors and creators and everything, what inspires you when you're taking on these roles? Everybody, what's your muse? Are you actually tapping into He-Man, the original He-Man stuff, or like what is it that puts you, Lindsay? What makes you the sorceress? Mercedes, when you want to be Tila, what? By the way, is that you riding the horse in the trailer?
Yes, it is. I can ride a horse.
Did you know this before? I mean, can you ride a horse before?
Yeah. I mean, that's the perks of living in Kentucky. The bluegrass state. We're home of basketball and horses and bourbon. So, I love all three.
So the rest of you guys all know how to ride horses and drink bourbon.
I can do one of those three.
One of those.
Yeah.
I usually start with the bourbon and then think I could ride a horse, something like that. But you guys are all out of Kentucky?
I'm in Louisiana.
Yeah.
You're in Louisiana? That's cool. So 90% of the production takes place, I would assume, in Kentucky then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Of the trailer, yes, and the first one, yes. Obviously, if we get funded, when we get funded, we will be branching out and going where the cool places are to film. Nice.
So going back to being funded. Okay, so there'll be information and the links for the Kickstarter and everything. So this is, you say, a fan project, right? So
yes,
just so the people out there know, what's the money what's the money going towards? Is it for Lindsay's catering? Is it for Mercedes' horse food? I mean, what's the money going towards? People want to know, times are tough, and people want to support. And I think it's an honest question.
There's a very detailed chart at the bottom of the Kickstarter. Let me pull it up. So to everywhere but my own pocket, unfortunately. So there's, taxes, fees, the rewards, the shipping, and that's not even into making the movie, which, you know, there's costumes and sets and
Yeah.
equipment and music and just a million different things. That
I'm sure. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. If you want to make it look good, you got to spend a little bit more on the effects and everything else. I mean, which makes sense. Which, by the way, well, congratulations. I know you saw my reaction video. When I saw that Battle Cat walking on that end credit scene, I was like, oh my God, this is the first time we've seen Battle Cat. Right? Am I wrong? This is the first time we've seen Battle Cat. Yeah. This is the first time. And the Oracle,
just a silhouette of Battle Cat, just a tease.
I saw Battle Cat. My name is George. I'm from the 757. I saw Battle Cat. Okay. So think about that when you think about the Kickstarter. But that's awesome. And where once this is made, let's say, boom, this video helps out. Everybody's on board. Everybody's chipping in. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's selling their He-Man toys and everything. Where did this go once it's made? Like what's the plan? What's the plan? Like what's the long-term goal?
So yeah, once the movie gets made, we will probably do a few screenings at conventions, or, you know, rent a couple of theaters around wherever, and then we will put it on. Well, at the same time, we'll have like the Blu-rays and the DVDs and stuff being pressed, and those will go out to the Kickstarter backers. And then, but once all that's over, it's just going to go up on YouTube for the whole world to see. So
that's cool.
It's free for everyone.
And that's good. And then I saw some of the Kickstarter, and I see that if you can support, your name will go on a credit. And there's different tiers for everybody's budget and how much, you know, they can support, which is pretty cool also, you know. Nick, being Roboto, like in that costume, what is it like? I mean, I was trying to pause it. Like, how is that costume made? I couldn't even figure it out. I'm like, how was it moving in that thing? Like, how was it, like, your vision?
Vision was tough. So that's one thing I plan on upgrading, is like being able to fix my costume to where I can move a little bit better. And you know, for a long full length film, it's gonna be a lot more action. So I'm gonna just like smaller upgrades. It was made, actually, I work for a sign company full time, and we have a big vacuum form molding machine, and so we mold sign faces is what we use it for. And it's very similar to like the bubble packaging on action figures. Actually, if you've ever seen that process, it's like a big sheet of clear plastic that's heated up and then pulled down, and there's a vacuum that sucks all the air and it forms around the mold. So that is what molded the shell for the clear shell for my costume.
It looked great. I mean, I was, like I said, watching that trailer, you know, I'm like, you know, oh, the gummies are kicking in. I'm like, oh shit, it's Roboto. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's fucking awesome. So, yeah. And ladies, and I actually, everybody in the room, were we all, what brought you to He-Man? I mean, were you He-Man fans growing up? Did you know about the He-Man prior to this? Or was this just a gig you fell in love with? Lindsay, I'll go with you. Like, what was He-Man to you before Fall of Grayskull? Was that in your radar? I mean, it's okay if it wasn't. I mean, it's okay if it wasn't. I mean, there's nothing wrong with seeing that.
So I was born in 85. So I kind of came in at the tail end of it. So I was aware of it, but I didn't grow up with it. But I absolutely fell in love with it and my character as soon as Daniel reached out to me. And it's been an incredible journey that I'm eager to learn more and more about as I delve more into it.
Nice. Daniel, you got to be to do all this. You got to be some sort of addicted to Motu. So what? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I did a radio drama, and it took me a year, and I used Motu fans from around the world to do voices. I reached out, so it's pretty cool because people forget that Masters of the Universe is huge around the world. It's not just an American thing, you know. And I learned that. Once I started. My Skeletor was from India. My voice actor.
Oh, nice.
You know, yeah, and that's how huge it was. You know, I had people from Mexico doing voices and people from Europe also doing voices. You know, so it to me always, it's like, yeah, I loved it. I grew up with it. Requests. I always say when somebody does a passion project or a fan project, it's like, hey, I'm inviting you over. And ladies, I don't know if you guys did this with your Barbies growing up or dolls. I don't know. Mercedes looked like she was tough and she didn't mess around with dolls when she was a kid. I saw her riding that horse. But it's like when you go to somebody's house, they narrate the story. Hey, we're playing He-Man in my house today, but this is going to be the story. Or we go to Nick's house today and we're playing whatever, G.I. Joe or Power Rangers, whatever the kids are into these days. But it's his story. So now we're at Daniel's house with Daniel's toys, and this is Daniel's story. Correct?
I mean, kind of. I mean, I wouldn't say it's my story, but yeah,
I don't mean it's your story. I'm just saying it's the way people. It's not Filmation. It's not the 2000X. It's not based off of this. It's not based off of that. It's based off of Masters of the Universe, and you're just telling the story. And we're playing with toys. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, come on over and play.
That's exactly. And now with the Kickstarter, everybody has an opportunity. And I heard there's even a tier to be in the movie, right? Like 3 tiers.
Yeah. So we have there's a tier for being like an extra in the film, and then there's 2 others that you can be, and these are limited to 2 each. You can be a member of the Horde,
for real,
or an attorney and guard. And those 2 are like speaking roles, like not just like in the background.
A speaking role?
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Woman!
Yeah.
Get my checkbook now! Make it out to Daniel and the crazies, okay? All right. I'm going to get that role. But that's awesome, man. So I'm very happy. I mean, we got Tila. Tila's back. I mean, you did that green paint also? That looks amazing. What's the character's called, right? It's called the Goddess. I mean, what are we calling her?
Yes, I get
the Goddess now.
I get to play the Goddess. Once my mother gives me my powers, I become the Goddess, and yeah, I'm the lean, mean green machine. So.
Yeah, Mercedes, that green paint really transforms you. I had to.
Hey, Nick, let me go to you real quick. Was that He-Man stuff I see behind you right there? What was your introduction to Masters of the Universe?
My introduction was through the toys as a kid. I was born in '83, so I was kind of like the tail end too by the time I was of age. But my cousin, I got a big toy box full of hand-me-down He-Man toys from my cousin, and that was just, you get that spark, ingrained in your head from a young age, and it just
that plastic crack, baby. That plastic
crack. It never,
baby.
Man, it never leaves
that plastic crack. Mercedes, what about you?
Yes. So I am actually a 90s baby, raised by 80s babies. So, I mean, as you can see, I've got like Prince in the background. Like that's my print. Whoa, over here, this is my Prince portrait. But I do have these 2 toys sealed. I have the Goddess, and then I have my Tila, courtesy of Daniel. I remember when he first asked me to play Tila. I watched the first season, and I love it. And I have my uncles, and like Nick, I had relatives that were into He-Man and Masters of the Universe, so I knew who he was. But delving more into my role and learning who Tila is, and just the badassery of the Masters of the Universe, I fell in love. I love it.
That's awesome. And like I said, you don't have to be. I'm not one of those guys. Bro, I've been there since the comic book, before the cartoon. What's one supposed? I'm not supposed to jump on the happy train now because I wasn't there from the first stop. Yeah,
leave me alone, gaw.
So I want to congratulate you guys. I want to wish you everybody the best of luck on every endeavor. If it's not Master Universe, whatever you guys do. Lindsay with your plumbing, Nick with the kid, Mercedes still thinking Prince is from the 90s. He's from the 80s. But anyway, so but I want to thank
I was raised by 80s babies. So that's why this is my touch of the 80s. Okay. And he was in 90s too. Thank you very much.
So this is the word. So let me know, Daniel, Lindsay, does the word diva still exist in Kentucky?
Absolutely. I have 2 of them, 2 little ones.
Mercedes knows what I'm talking about. But I want to wish you guys, hey, folks, you're watching the 757 Hustle Show. It was an honor to have the cast and the director. I mean, these guys are amazing from Fall of Grayskull, Rise. Hold on. Let me try this. I was doing this the other day, right? I was like, the cast and crew from Fall of Grayskull, Rise of the Horde. that worked. That stupid shit worked, right? But everything was having trouble. Hey, it's a Kickstarter, man. We got to help out, man. Go to the page. You're gonna leave the information, the details in there. It's full of Grayskull, Rise of the Horde. I want to thank Lindsay. I want to thank Daniel. I want to thank Nick, and I want to thank Mercedes because they came all the way from Kentucky and Louisiana to come talk about and support this stuff. If you want to support, if you want to help out, if you want to participate, if you want to be in the movie, go to the Kickstarter, man. How long is the Kickstarter on for? Lasting?
It's a total of 45 days. I think we're down to what, like 30 days now?
Down to 30 days.
As of recording this, we have 36 days. There we go.
36 days. Okay. Sell your gold teeth, sell your toys, sell your grandma, turn down the oxygen. You know what to do. Hey, Lindsay, what are you looking forward to for this movie? What are you looking forward to?
I am so thrilled to just be a part of all of these creative, incredible people and just make magic happen.
The whole experience. Awesome. Daniel, what about you, man?
I'm looking forward to bringing life to He-Man and She-Ra in a live action form like never before.
Nice. Well, we have never had She-Ra live form, right? We never had her in real life, right? So she ain't real, George. She ain't never real. Be real. Nick, man, what are you looking forward to? The Roboto fan club? Come on, man. What do you tell me, man?
No, I'm just looking forward to us coming together as fans to finally make this He-Man movie that we've been dreaming about for so long. And now's our chance. We said in the trailer, we have the power. So back to Kickstarter, we can control this. We can make it happen.
Back to Kickstarter. Nick, I'm telling you this, man. You're gonna be we all know Mercedes is a star and He-Man is a star and Hordak, we know. But Nick, you're gonna be like the standout character. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be the guy that was like, yo, man, look at Roboto. That looks badass.
I hope so.
Mercedes, what about you, man? What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to getting back in the saddle again, figuratively and literally, and bringing more life to some additional characters in the Motu universe. So, well,
give yourselves a big, huge round of applause, everybody. I want to thank you guys. Hey, guys, once again, thank you. My name is George. You're watching 757 Hustle Show. You too can have the power. Help them out, man. Get this Kickstarter going. Check out the trailer. Check out the first one. Hey, man. He-Man and Masters Universe. She-Ra, Princess of Power. Good stuff. They're for the kids. They're for the adults. They're for they're for everybody. Help them out. Peace. Talk to you soon.